Hey YouTube, how's it going? Melvin back here again with another Alchemy Stars video, and for this one I'll be taking Taki into Ascension 3, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm not super excited about this one. Looking at his kit and testing him out in a couple fights, it just feels like he's not the best character, and I feel like he just doesn't have a spot in your roster because one, you only got 5 spots in your team. He doesn't really synergize well with any of the characters in Fire, and it just feels like he doesn't do enough. But most of you guys probably have Taki though, because most of you have probably pulled for Hero because Hero is such a good character. So if you guys want to know whether or not Taki was worth it, I'll be assigning him and see if that changes anything. So for skills, let's just start off with the chain combo first because it's the easiest one. It is a row ability. Again, one of my favorite chain combos just because it's very versatile. You could use it as a long range attack, or you could use it as an AoE for killing bosses. For his equipment skill, I think this confused a lot of people at the beginning. He applies a debuff called a burn mark, but do know that burn mark and burn are different debuffs. Burn mark are just for him exclusively. It increases all his damage starting from 3%, but it does go all the way up to 10%. To get burn marks, you burn mark the unit with the highest HP on at the start of each round, and you can also get burn marks from your active skill. For his active skill, it's a lot easier to show you how it works. It's just a DPS skill, but you only get to choose a tile within the same row or same column as Taki, and then it'll make a T shape from there. So that is the best way for me to describe it. For his breakthrough, the first one's kind of strange. It makes him a little bit of a converter. He can change one tile whenever he uses active skill. It is also an enhanced tile. The downside is that it is pretty hard to use because it has to be the tile that you select with Taki. So it has to be in the same row or the same column as Taki is. And usually with conversion abilities like this, where you only get one tile, one or two tiles, you kind of want to choose where you want to convert a tile. But with Taki, you have limited range, so you can't really choose exactly which tile you want to change. And then his final form, I'm pretty close, man. I'm still pulling from my second dupe of Hero, so I might end up getting a max breakthrough Taki in the process, but the last one's pretty good. It changes his ability into a preemptive ability, which, getting anything preemptive is always going to be nice. And when you bring him to Ascension 3, he now gets a stacking attack buff whenever you kill an enemy afflicted with a burn mark, up to a maximum of 15% of his attack. So I have seen his Ascension 3 art before, and I feel like it's a bit of a downgrade. So look at him now, right? He's kind of a bit cocky. He's got his shirt open. It looks like a badass, and let's ascend him. It looks like he has depression, man. It looks like he went from a badass to someone who's going through a midlife crisis. I want to revert back to a pre-A3 Taki. So for the showcase, we're going to be doing it here in floor 60 of the Spire. This is probably one of the worst fights. I really hate this fight. I'm sure most of you also hate this fight, and I'm so happy I'm done with all colors. I know there's one more later on. I think it's 85 and it's super AIDS, but I'm just glad I'm done with 60 with all the colors. And this is actually a good fight to showcase Taki because of the shape of his active skill. And I also brought Chandra because she's actually good here because there's a lot of ads, so she can just snipe the ads over and over. Here I got super lucky at the beginning. It's probably the perfect beginning tile you could ever ask for, but I should have done that. I should just ended my turn there in 15, but I wasn't sure if I was going to kill it because if I end my turn there, I do less damage with my chain combos. So I kind of got scared and decided to end my turn here, but in hindsight, I definitely would have killed that boss even if I end my turn there. That way, I could have had this red tile going back to the other side of the wall, deal some damage. Big mistake on my part. And now, unfortunately, there's no red tile going back. The 2 tiles that I needed to turn red did not turn red, unfortunately. So we're just gonna end our turn here in the corner. Because this seems actually way out of my comfort zone. Wait, I just realized I have a... Why didn't I take those blue tiles? I honestly didn't see that. Oh well, it wouldn't have been that much damage anyways. Like I said, because my team is really low on healing, there's no actual healer in this team. And in fact, there's not really that many converters either. Ariel is the only one. I'm really out of my comfort zone. I'm not used to these kinds of comps. It's a very high damage comp, but really low health. So I have to like make sure that I'm always topped off and dodge as many skills as I can. That's why I was hiding in a corner there for a turn or two. But here, I need to go out and show you what Taki does. Here, I'm going to use my healing skill with Victoria, and then using that, I could use Chandra to start getting some stacks on her passive, because we're going to kill this one, get 1 stack, and then that resets the cooldown, and then we'll kill this one, get 1 more stack while resetting the cooldown, and then I can do it again. So like I said, Chandra's pretty good here. Taki, on the other hand, you're going to see his skill here. It's going to do a decent amount of damage. Because of the shape, it's perfect for the walls. But honestly, I just feel like it's not that big of a deal that he does damage to the walls here. I could have brought a converter and, you know, gotten better tile RNG that would have also dealt more damage, because converters are stupid OP. But you know, this is, like I said, this is the best fight to showcase his skills. Here, I'm gonna move to these blue tiles so that I bait the boss to go on that side. That way now I could run these red tiles and at the same time use Jonah's skills to pump up my damage. Run the red tiles here. Going to end a turn here, which is not ideal. One of my units, Victoria specifically, is not going to maximize her damage, but is that a showcase of here the row skill? Yeah, perfect for the walls, right? That wall the row ability. Taki did pretty good damage there, but unfortunately we didn't have enough damage to kill it, sadly. And fortunately though, the boss AI is kind of dumb. It stayed in the same wall, so I could just kill it here. Pretty lucky. In fact, I could probably use Chandra's skill to finish it off. Get ourselves to 5 stacks with Chandra. Pretty nice. 2 walls are dead. We still have 10 more rounds. Yeah, this was a pretty lucky run. Here, there's a couple of red tiles. I'm just gonna kill the ads. You're gonna hear this over and over. For you guys who have PTSD from doing night team runs with Chandra, I'm sorry. I have to min-max here because of how janky my team is. And then we could deal some damage to the wall as well. Actually, I save it. That's right, I save it. Here, I take a turn here. Oh yeah, I save it because I plan to like bait the boss to go to the other wall and then use these red tiles to do as much damage as I can. The downside is that I'm going to start phase 2 with no red tiles. That was the biggest. I think that's another mistake here, or maybe not. Killing this like faster is probably pretty good too, because now my Ariel is on cooldown. Like there's barely any red tiles, and I'm going into phase 2. Chandra is ready though, so with Aurora time, we can start sniping all these mobs. That way, we're keeping ourselves healthy. I think Chandra is more MVP here than Taki. If I had one hero that needed to be replaced and I had to choose between either Taki or Chandra, I think I would have replaced Taki and kept Chandra in this fight. So we're gonna kill this one, make sure we're super healthy. Our heal is up next turn, so that's good because we are at 50% health. And here we're just going to save the skill. That way we're always like one-shotting the little mobs. Boss is gonna come to us, and then there's that yellow tile that we can run through. Here I'm gonna use well, here I'm gonna try to heal first and then use Chandra. But here with Taki, so you know how we've been using Taki's skill as a detonator skill to deal damage. There's with a breakthrough 3 or breakthrough 2 with your first duplicate copy, you can use Taki's skill as a converter skill. So that's one of the upsides of his skill. It's kind of versatile in that you could use it as a detonator skill or a converter skill, but I just feel like it's still not enough. Even though that's an upside, it's just not enough. Yeah, here I'm just gonna use it as converter skill because like it doesn't really do that much damage to a mob that's only 1 tile. right? Like using a detonator skill on a one tile mob, probably not the best use of it. So I'm just gonna use it as a converter skill. Use that tile later on. Here we're starting to get low, and I actually got scared here because considering how lucky I got on those first tiles, because we're getting pretty low and like there's not enough red tiles for us to utilize. Chandra, man, I'm actually glad I A3 Chandra for night team runs, because I don't think I would have beaten this fight if I didn't A3 Chandra. Yeah, here I'm just taking small turns with Jonah. Unfortunate. It's really starting to hurt. Our heal is not up for 2 more turns, but so long as we're killing the mobs, I'm not using my Chandra skill on the boss just because I want to make sure I can kill the mobs instantly. Do that, and here probably just gonna go to the yellow tile, do 2 basic attacks. Waiting for our cooldowns to come up. It's another 4,500 damage. Uriel is up finally. Gotta pray to the RNG gods, and I think I got lucky here with Uriel, if I remember. Yeah, it's pretty lucky, right? It's not. I mean, it's not. I guess it's not the best, but it's pretty good. Also, one of the best uses for Chandra here. The reason why I'm not killing the boss is sometimes those mobs will be like sitting on a tile I want to walk on, like that one. That guy was sitting on a red, so. I'm saving Chandra's skill, never using a boss, because maybe I want to kill a mob, that way I have access to that tile. Jonah is up. I'm just going to use it here because I still have one more use for it later on. Here I could do it's a medium-sized red run, 6 tiles, decent damage. Also, this boss is really bad for me because the boss is immune to both burns and poison, which is 2 of my units have burns. Burns and bleeds, and 2 of my units have burns and bleeds. So here again, Chandra. Chandra's pretty nice. I could kill that mob that's sitting on the green before I move. So not gonna use it in the boss ever. Or I think I did at one point. Kill this one. Kill that one. Taki's skill is up again. I think here is a good example where you can actually use it both as a damage ability and a conversion ability. Because I could just change the tile that's opposite the boss. That way we have a connected tile to the red. Also deal some damage for 7k. Yeah, here I use Chandra's ability because I started to get greedy. But I kind of realized I shouldn't have done that. Like always, I always greed. Make big mistakes. Yeah, it wasn't even that much damage to begin with. Because now this mob on the upper, yeah, like they're now sitting on red tiles. So here I was thinking, well, I got Jonah in 2 turns. Do I want to run these red tiles or save it for Jonah when she comes up? Because with 2 turn cooldown left means I have 1 round where I can use her abilities. So I realized that I think I'll just save it. Everyone else cannot use their actives because they have 3 turns left and there's only 3 rounds left. So only Jonah is going to be using her active here. So fortunately the boss went here. Don't really know how the AI works, but that's perfect for me. Where the boss positioned himself, because now I have 2 basic attacks with red tiles. So I'm just going to wait 1 more turn because I know I can survive 1 attack from the boss. So I have 19% health, and I think he deals like 10% of my health. I'm gonna kill the ads, sit here, use Jonah, and then pop the boss from there. That was my plan. In fact, I even decided I think I don't even move, because I was scared that the boss was gonna move somewhere that was a bad spot for me. Kill the last one. Here, please tell me I don't use the skill. I don't use the skill, right? I just enter in here. Alright, thank God. Yeah, come to realize that was a mistake. Here, yeah, here killing the ad is more important. 1 more tile. And then we use Jonah's ability. Yeah, this was way too close. I feel like this was way harder than my other colors. I got super lucky, right? And the boss AI also worked out for me. My beginning tile was so good. Uriel did some work. Here, finally going to use Shine on the boss because for some reason not to anymore. And use Jonah. Yeah, like I said, it's probably the best showcase for Taki. I don't think any other fight Taki does pretty good, but even still, even in this fight, I don't even think he was that amazing to begin with, even though this was probably his moment to shine. GG. So what do I think about Taki? Honestly, I don't think this guy is going to fit in any team comp. He's really selfish. He doesn't synergize with the rest of the fire units, and he doesn't do anything super crazy or super important. Yeah, he does do pretty good damage, that's a given. He's a detonator, but I feel like there's a lot better detonators out there, and even if you don't have the 6-star or 5-star damage dealers, you could use someone like Patty and Patsy as a 4-star. I feel like she's going to do comparable damage to Taki. Aside from that, if you're going to be building a fire team, you're probably going for one of the fire archetypes. Like for example, maybe you're going for a burn build with Uriel, or maybe you're going for a bleed build with Victoria, or maybe you're using Isvan, going for that double down on your chain combos. So there's different comps in fire, and he just doesn't have a space in any of those team compositions. But do let me know what you guys think of Taki. I'm curious if someone has figured a very good team comp for him. I just don't see it myself. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.